Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, March 18th. We are halfway through our week. I last saw you on Friday. So it's been like 3 days now. Pardon the Pikachu, but I'm pretty chilly today because it's like colder than usual. So that's why I got Pikachu going on. So to start off, I want to first apologize to parents. I believed that I had sent home full packets on Friday. There should be enough pages of work for 10 days. But then I spoke to a parent yesterday, and apparently maybe the whole packet was not given out. So if you're looking at your packets, especially the reading one, and going, what? Where's the rest of the work? How is my kid supposed to have stuff to do for 10 days? I actually did include it. It just might not have gotten copied. I'm not sure if you're aware, but basically the order came out Friday morning to get things copied for 2 weeks worth of work, and we had to copy an entire school, or about 800 and some odd kids worth of work, all at about 60 pages apiece. So they were literally copying all day long, and by the end of the day, it was literally like down to the wire getting things out. And I was handed a packet of work, and they were like, "This is all that you asked for," and then it might not have actually been all that I asked for. So in the event that you don't have a full packet, you can just go on the website, this Hillpoint website, and there should be a link to what you should have. And you can either print it, or if you don't have a printer available, the kids can always read it at least offline and then record their answers on a piece of paper, or I can even put something up on Google Classroom if that would make your life easier. So again, I apologize if you did not get a full packet. It was crazy last minute stuff coming out that we just had to kind of work around and work through. So back to the kids. So today's gross/gorgeous update. Gross update is, still as gross as we may have figured. They literally haven't moved. They're just lying there on the bottom of the cage. Now, I'm going to hope, and we're going to hope, fingers crossed, that the reason they're just lying on the bottom of the cage is that there's all sort of metamorphosizing going on in there, and that at some point a beautiful butterfly will emerge. But the real truth is I have no idea if they're dead or alive. They haven't, like I said, oozed green stuff, which according to something I read, if they start oozing a weird liquid before a butterfly emerges, then it's bad. But they haven't started oozing any liquids yet, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Gorgeous update. So no seedling has appeared yet, but the little greenhouse cover thing, I should show you. Hold on a second. Be right back. I'm right across my house. It's really not that big, but kind of big. You can't even really see it that well. That's okay. So condensation is appearing on our greenhouse. So I don't know if you can see it in my terrible camera, but the top of the cup is covered in condensation. So that means that the greenhouse is working like we're hoping. That means that it's keeping the soil moist, it's keeping that moisture and that heat inside. And theoretically, this is also happening at your cups at school. So that's a good sign, because that means that it's keeping everything moist and keeping it warm, which is, of course, what we need for germination, and that after a couple of more weeks, because I believe both of the seeds, the zinnias and the sweet peas, were supposed to germinate in 7 to 10 days. So we planted them on Friday. So if you're counting with me, that would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. So that's 5 days. So anytime between now and maybe next Monday, I should start to see some kind of potential germination going on. So I'm just going to keep it in my window, let that warmth and that dampness stay around. Damp, vocabulary word. And we'll kind of go from there. So I owe you a word problem of the day, and I owe you a story. So today's word problem is going to be, okay, listen up. Just like yesterday, I'll repeat it 2 times. You figure out the answer, write it down below on Google Classroom, and I'll tell you if you're right. So today's is, Miss Riley went to the store and bought way too much Easter candy. If she ate 25 pieces yesterday and she still has 42 pieces left, how many pieces of Easter candy did she buy to start? So I'll repeat it one more time. If Miss Riley bought way too much Easter candy and she ate 25 pieces yesterday and still has 42 pieces left, how much Easter candy did she buy to start with? Hint, it is a lot. And I may or may not have actually consumed that many pieces yesterday. Shh. Okay, on to today's story. So I couldn't remember if I'd already read one to you. So we're going to read one today called Plankton is Pushy. I might have read this one to you, and if I did, I'm sorry, but we're reading it again because it's really funny and it makes me laugh. What does it mean to be pushy before we get started? What do you think that means? Plankton is pushy. Does it mean he's shoving someone? Really? Or what do you think pushy might mean? And do you know anybody in your life who is pushy? And if you say Miss Riley, that's okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Oops. I didn't put on hand cream again, so I might not be able to flip to the right pages. Okay, so it starts off with just pictures. Plankton, by the way, is like a very, very, very small shrimp that lives in the ocean, and we actually read, I think we talked about it when we were talking about migration, because a lot of animals eat plankton, including lots of fish and some sharks like whale sharks, and also different kinds of whales. Okay, here we go. Hello, Mr. Mussel. A mussel, by the way, is similar to an oyster, kind of. Same type of thing. Closer. Closer. Why do you think he looks confused in this picture? I said, hello, Mr. Mussel. Oh, he's giving you the same eye that I do when I get irritated with you. It's my evil eye. Can you feel it even through the camera? That's my evil eye that says you should do your work. Well, that is just rude. I can't read that backwards, sorry. Let me tell you how this works. I know it's regular to you in the camera, but in this camera, it's anyways. When I say hello, you say hello. Or hi, or what's up, Plankton, or how's it going, etc., etc. So let's say we give this another whirl, okay? Why, hello, Mr. Mussel. Really? Nothing? Gee, Plankton's a little sarcastic. We don't know anybody who's sarcastic, do we? Perhaps I should slow it down just a wee bit. Hello there, Mr. Mussel. He's tapping his little leg flipper thing. And he cracks one eyeball open. Oh, I'm losing my hoodie. Say something! Anything! Please! Wait! What's this? Ladies and gentlemen, the mussel speaks. Excuse me? You have to speak up. I can't hear you. What do you think the mussel might be doing right now? Think he's just a really slow talker? Snap! Delicioso. Yeah! I knew you could talk. See, not even getting eaten could slow Plankton down. And that is the end of our story. So, this is kind of a funny little story. I just really like it because it's funny and it's goofy, but it also makes you think about character. So, what are the characters of Plankton versus the mussel like? The mussel doesn't really say anything in this story, but we actually do learn a little bit about what the mussel's like. What's a word that we could use to describe the mussel? And then we're talking about pushy. Do we know what it means now when I say pushy? What that means to be pushy? And again, do you know anybody in your life who is pushy? So, that brings us to the end of today's vlog, a little bit longer than yesterday's. Again, leave your comments on Google Classroom. And also I was thinking of starting like a little class journal where we could each write what we did in our day, just a couple of sentences, and I'll post that on Google Classroom as well. I'm going to make a special like quarantine section where we can just include things that we are doing over our quarantine break. So yeah, see you tomorrow around the same time. Bye-bye, friends. Oh, wait, I actually put my mouse down here.